There we are.
Okay. Well, a little bit of a rocky start, but that's okay. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Now and Them. I am Julia Jornsay-Silverberg, and I am your host for our now monthly live show. And I'm here with my amazing co-host, Andres Medina. And this is our monthly show where we like to bring you guys behind the keyboard to talk about breaking news, share tips and tools to help you up your digital marketing game, all while having a lot of fun. Our goal is to be a sounding board for social media account managers. We like you to think of us as your friend that's always here for you, reminding you of the latest and the greatest and bringing you the expert tips that you need to know to really up your digital marketing game. So are you excited for our monthly Laugh and Learn, Andres?
I'm excited. I can't wait to see all of our guests join and ask him questions about the event. And I'm actually super excited about how our colors are matching. Like our shirts, our yellow shirts are matching. I don't know if people noticed that, but it looks great in my opinion. I'm ready to get started.
I'm super excited, Andres. And if you guys don't know, we try and coordinate, we literally coordinate our colors every single month. And we decided to match our Now and Them look for this month and bring some bright yellow into the fold. So we are so excited because we have some amazing guests that are coming onto the show today. We're doing something fun. We are bringing on more than one guest. We are bringing 5 guests onto the show today to talk all about Social Media Week Lima. I'm so excited. We're going to share about the conference because it's happening next month. Like it's going to be here before you know it. I literally can't wait. Andres, what are you most excited about for the conference?
So I recorded a video of this yesterday, and I'm super excited for the new Immerse stage, which promises to be impressive for everyone. Like it's just eye-catchy for everyone that gets there. And the VIP party, because the networking there is the best. The 2 years that I've been to the event, the networking party has been the highlight because that's where I start growing my contact list.
Yes, it's
But
the best.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to this year.
It is going to be so much fun. So mark your calendars, you guys, to join us on June 21st and 22nd. And before we dive into the news, we want to know, what is the furthest you guys have ever traveled for an event? That is our question of the day. So let us know in the comments and let's get into some news. So the first news story we have for you guys today is all about Twitter. So Twitter continues to really be the Wild West. So the legacy check marks had been removed in the app, but last weekend, some previously verified accounts, aka like high profile celebrities, started to get their check marks back despite not paying for Twitter Blue. So it's just an interesting conundrum right now for Twitter because the Blue program essentially erodes the value that it's trying to sell, because like by the fact that they removed the exclusivity and anyone can just pay to be verified, it's not nearly as interesting or sought after. So I think it's just going to be very interesting to see how this all unfolds. I am definitely not going to be paying for verification anytime soon, but I'm super curious. Andres, what do you think about this?
Yeah, just like you, I don't see myself paying for verifications, and even if I was a high profile athlete, I wouldn't. Like I saw that LeBron James decided not to pay for it, and Elon went ahead and paid for it personally and gave him the blue check mark. But I have mixed feelings about this because I wouldn't use it for my personal account, but for businesses, it might be useful. And here's why. This covers now the second news article, which I don't fully support it, but I see why they're doing it. So another interesting story for Twitter. Twitter is now having advertisers having to pay for Twitter Blue verification in order to run ads on the page. So the app informed advertisers that they need to sign up to either Twitter Blue or their verification program organization to keep running ads, in which means they have to pay $8 a month for the blue tick, or the $1,000 per month for the other plans. But I just think, in my opinion, they're forcing businesses to basically subscribe and run ads, which I like it, and not at the same time because I don't want to subscribe, but we want to run ads, and I feel like this will be the little thing that adds legitimacy to the ad, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting because I know that one of the points in that article that you're referencing, they mentioned that like for brands that are already spending in excess of $1,000 a month, they're going to get like a gold check mark automatically. So I don't know. I just think I think it's just Twitter's way to be really trying to force as many people to pay to use the platform and or use its bells and whistles as possible. So I think that that's super interesting. Again, I don't know that it's worth it for brands. I mean, especially paying $1,000 a month for one of the programs. Like $8 a month is one thing, but the other program being $1,000 a month is just like that's not feasible at all for any small business. So that's definitely kind of the bigger brand route. But it is nice that they at least have a reasonable option for the small business, so that it's at least still an avenue for the small businesses to be able to advertise on. So
Agreed.
our next story is Instagram. And last week, Instagram launched an exciting functionality, which is the ability for users to add up to 5 links in their Instagram bio, which is great because it means that you can drive traffic to more than just one place. You now can have 5 places that you can direct people to. So I'm super curious if you guys have tested the feature. Let me know if you're using it in the comments. Andreas, are you using it?
I'm planning to use it because I'm definitely like Instagram is my favorite app. There's no secret behind that. And with all of the different functionalities, especially the ability to add 5 links to your profile bio, I feel like people can get creative, like to send traffic to all their different pages or just to meet their goals easier.
Yeah.
So really excited for this. I'm planning to use it. Not sure yet how it's gonna look visually, but I have an idea of which pages I'm going to link to.
I love that.
So I just heard I'm hearing back my voice again here in the background. Anyways, the last third news article for Meta, actually. This one is awful news for Facebook. If you run Facebook ads, you probably know what I'm talking about. So the platform experienced a glitch over the weekend that caused significant overspend on many ad accounts. Some ad buyers reported CPMs, which CPMs refers to the cost per thousands, which represents the cost the marketers pay for like every 1,000 impressions, went up to like 200 or 500%. And people, like, it was exceeding people's budget and there was no way to stop it. Now, Facebook took full ownership of the issue. They recognized the error, like it was their mistake. And they are refunding the money or working on ways to fixing the issue, returning that money that was overspent for the brands.
It's good that Facebook recognized it quickly and is giving refunds, because I think that if they didn't do that, they were at risk for losing like a lot of trust for brands to want to advertise on the platform. What a scary thing. I know that none of our clients at Now are impacted, and we're so grateful. And we're so grateful that we have Joanna on our team who like stays on top of all of these things, and she was on it when it was happening. But it's just, that's a really scary thing to imagine running a paid ad and just seeing the costs go way up and there's literally no ability to turn that off. So if anyone was impacted, we're super curious. We definitely want to know. Share your story with us in the comments.
What was your first thought?
Yeah, exactly. Keep it PG though. And our last news story of the day is about YouTube. YouTube is currently looking to improve its live stream product listings with a new process that lets people schedule product details to appear at a set time, as opposed to uploading all of them ahead of the actual stream. So essentially what this means is it's going to make it a lot easier for creators to be dynamic on their live shows, which I think is great. I am not currently watching any live shopping shows with product listings, but I'm super curious if anyone who's tuning in is watching it, because I just think this is a great new feature. It's making it easier for creators to basically be dynamic based on the engagement and the feedback that they're getting from their audience in real time. Like, if you naturally like take a sip of water and then someone's like, "Ooh, I love your water bottle," the ability to be able to like in real time add that product listing to the feed rather than having to have scheduled it ahead of time, I just think is great. Like, that's such smart and intuitive functionality in my opinion for creators. So I love that YouTube did that. What do you think, Andreas?
I love YouTube is actually making moves to facilitate shopping within their platform. Now, here's why. As a consumer, I only see YouTube as I used to see it as a video platform only, like to see fun videos and commercials and whatnot. But working with it, I started to becoming a consumer of like podcasts and series of videos, and I'm this close to paying the subscription to YouTube. So I'm really excited to see this from a consumer point of view. Unfortunately I don't have any clients that work like I manage their YouTube account, but in the future, if I were to manage one, I'd be really excited about this job.
That's awesome. So I think we're ready to do some shout outs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So for shout outs this month, we have 2 special shout outs, and they are for Kara and Olivia, because both Kara and Olivia are celebrating their now-anniversaries. So happy now-anniversary, ladies. We love you guys. Kara's now-anniversary, Kara's is on Sunday and Olivia's is on the 15th. So they're coming up. They're like a week apart from each other. So shout out to you guys. And I am just so excited. We're going to be bringing on our guests soon to talk all about Social Media Week Lima. So to get you guys ready, to get you amped, we're going to have Chad roll the video, because there is nothing as good as this video to show all the fun that Social Media Week Lima has to offer.
Today, to shrink the distance between us and our customer. How can we show up to provide better experiences? What does that look like? Out-pair the competition, and you can grow your brand, because relationships are the currency of business, and experiences the transactions that we're exchanging. How are we making people feel? How are we building relationships with them?
I'm so excited. That video is the best. So we have 2 amazing guests that we're going to be bringing on. First, we're going to be bringing on the amazing Owen Hemsath, aka Owen Video. Owen is the founder of Acceleratus Media, forgive my pronunciation if I just butchered that, and the award-winning YouTube growth strategist and high-performance business coach behind the nation's most visible and influential leaders and brands. He has consulted for major brands like North Face, Oracle, and Dropbox. And Owen has helped his clients achieve millions of views and generate millions of dollars in sales and brand sponsorships. Owen has been invited to speak all over the globe and has been featured in major media like ABC, NBC, and Social Media Examiner. Welcome to the show, Owen. Okay, and we're bringing on Julie, and we're bringing on Julie Riley. Chad, I thought we were doing one at a time, but we're also bringing on the amazing Julie Riley. So let me tell you about Julie, too. Julie has over 15 years of experience in digital marketing. She is the social media and community manager for StreamYard, managing 25,000 plus members in their community. She has worked with Social Media Examiner, the Small Business Administration, and countless others. She has a vast array of experience, including live video production, social media management, community management, chat marketing. The list goes on. She has a passion to teach others how they can help build an amazing business through their social channels and grow their communities through live video, because that is her specialty. If you guys want to build an amazing community, Julie can take you there. So Julie, I'm so happy to have you on the show too. Chad's going to be bringing you guys on. Yay!
There.
Hey.
We did it. Hey, look, it's a pleasure to be here today. My name's Owen Video, but I got to tell you, there is nothing that brings me more joy than being right next to my sister from another Mr. Julie Riley. We go way back, and she's the real genius here. So I'm just happy to participate.
I will take that. I like the good compliments today. That feels good. Thanks.
We're so happy to have you both on and to have you both coming to Lima. So thank you guys for taking some time. I've got some questions for you. Andreas has some questions for you. And then we're going to play a quick little game before we bring on a few more speakers. So are you guys ready to get into it?
Okay, let's do it.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, so Owen, tell everyone what you're going to be speaking about.
Yeah, so I am going to be revealing for the first time ever the YouTube Business Blueprint. This is a training that we have been using to show our clients, our brick and mortar clients, our e-commerce clients, the pathway to 6 figures on YouTube without having to become a YouTuber, right? Like that's half the battle is like our clients are coaches. They run 6 and 7 figure businesses, you know, and it's like, you don't need to be screaming, wearing fedoras and doing plays and dyeing your hair purple to be a successful YouTuber. You know, what you need to have is a professional business approach. And we've been working that approach for the last 13 years. So we're actually going to be showing the actual strategy that we use with our high-end clients. And it's the first time I've ever done this training for non-paying clients. So it's exciting.
Ooh, I'm so excited about that. That sounds incredible. So also tell me, what is your favorite place that you've ever traveled and why?
Oh my gosh. I've traveled a lot. So, you know, it's like I've traveled to so many places. I couldn't possibly, but, you know, I had a magical experience in Amsterdam and it was actually at the 420 Club downtown. No, I'm kidding. There was plenty of that in Amsterdam, but I discovered one of my favorite bands of all time in a bar in Amsterdam, in a little breakfast club in Amsterdam. And then by stroke of fate, 7 years later, they played the club next door to my house, and I got to meet them and hang out with them the whole night. Like it was incredible. It's like, so Amsterdam was my favorite. That's
cool. What's the band's name?
A band named a band called Raccoon is their name. And
okay.
Please,
Raccoon.
yeah, they're not like hardcore rap or hip hop or anything cool, right? They're kind of like acoustic songy songs, but it's who I am.
That sounds great to me. I love that story so much.
Yeah, like what are the odds of that happening? Well, Owen, I have 2 questions for you, and then we'll have some questions for Riley. My very first question is more like a get to know you question. If you could have coffee with anyone dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Elon Musk.
Why?
Why not? Are you kidding me? Like, this guy just took on the BBC. This guy just took on the establishment and won. And if there's anything that you should know about me is that, like, we go against the grain, right? We believe in building our own pathways. And so, like, for me, I would just want to sit down with him and I would want to be like, what goes through your mind when you're about to take on like some giant global task? Like, what are the things that go through your mind? I don't think that there's anyone, like if I had a spirit animal, I think it would be Elon Musk.
That I think I was not even thinking of Elon Musk, but if someone asked me the question, I'll probably answer the same thing after hearing this answer.
That's how good the answer was. People cheat.
Yeah.
People cheat off your answers. They're so good.
So my last question, what's one takeaway that you want people to take, like to get from your talk in Lima?
Yeah. So here's the big thing is that I've been doing YouTube coaching for 12 years. It's the only thing I've ever done professionally, and we've only worked with companies. Why am I telling you that? Because social media at Day Lima is all about companies. It's all about business. And the secret to success on social media is through the YouTube platform. In fact, YouTube sort of becomes the big takeaway strategy. And if you could be making 1 or 2 videos a month, I mean, you could be generating an additional 5 or 6 figures in revenue. How do you do that though? Right? Oh, that sounds unbelievable. Well, my clients do it all the time. We have real estate agents, we have business coaches, we have brick and mortar companies. You've got to know the blueprint. You've got to know the pathway to take. And so we're going to show you guys that at the event. And it's my hope that those of you that attended, such a great event. There was some singing and dancing last year that I thought was really, maybe that's behind the scenes. We should have, but you know, it's an incredible event and the content's incredible. And my talk is no different. Like, it's really great content for business owners to use today. So that's what I want you to come away with.
Awesome. I can't wait to see you at the stage. And actually, I'm going to sit down with probably the same notebook I'm using right now and take notes during your talk.
Yeah, awesome. Can't wait.
Julie, what's your topic? What's your topic? What would you be speaking about Social Media Week Lima?
Well, I'm going to be talking all about why you should have purple hair and not no hair. Oh, wait, no, that's not my topic. I am going to be talking about mastering the art of live video with strategies for building a loyal community, because that is what I'm passionate about. It's what I'm good at. So I'm really excited to show people how they can build their community utilizing live video. Yeah.
Shots fired, George Whitaker. People was enjoying the shots fired between the
started
purple hair and the ball.
I didn't even know. Hey, Julie, I didn't even realize that you had purple hair. I can't see it that brilliantly. I'm on my mobile phone here. But I'm so sorry. That is not what I meant at all. That is not what I meant at all.
We're family.
Yeah.
People's loving the purple hair. So my second question is, what's the best advice you've ever been given and why?
Ooh. You know, the best advice was to really, it's something a lot of us struggle with, especially when you're getting started early in your career, is to stop comparing your day one to somebody else's day 100. You know, they've put in hours and time and months and years. And if you're on day one and you're comparing yourself, you're going to feel like you're failing, and you're not. You're just at a different stage in your journey.
Agree.
I love that.
I saw a picture this morning that said, like, just be grateful of where you are today, because where you are today is where you were wishing to be 5 years ago.
Yes.
And when you think about it, you don't realize it, but most of the time it's true.
Yeah. And you know what I love is that we can all forge our own path, and we can all learn from each other, whether you're ahead or behind of somebody on their journey, on your steps, but don't compare it.
I love that. And I think that it's so easy in this social media space for us to think that there's just one path to success, right? Because we see someone being successful, and then it's like so easy for our brains to be like, oh, that's the only way to do it. But that's the fun part, is that there is no only one way to do it. There are so many different ways to do it. And Owen and Julie are both experts in video, and they are like examples of the fact that you can be successful doing video and have two totally unique approaches and ways of doing things. So I'm just so excited to hear from the both of you. So Julie, I've got 2 questions for you before we go and play some games. So what is a past Social Media Week Lima memory that stands out in your mind?
Oh, there's so many. There's so many good ones. But, you know, I think for me, it's the culmination of, this is summer camp for me. It's This is the event where you can be up close and personal with everyone. The speakers don't get on stage, do their talk, and vanish into some abyss of like their clique with other speakers. They are there hanging out, they're answering questions, you're talking to each other, you're making memories and relationships that will last a lifetime.
I love that. And you just honestly answered my second question that I was going to ask you, which is like, what's the main reason why someone should come? So I'm going to pivot because that was a great answer because it really is the relationship. So I want to know if you could have any meal like airlift delivered to you right now to enjoy, what would you pick?
Oh my gosh. That's a tough one because I like food. I like lots of food. I eat. Chad has many gifts of me eating food. It tends to be a thing that he's always catching me putting food in my mouth.
He's watching. He's waiting and watching when you start eating food.
Like a little snake in a corner, like sitting there waiting to pop its head up.
Okay, so one of the when you type in, it's either my name or my wife's name in the GIF maker. It's my wife eating sushi from Chad. So Chad was sitting there taking pictures.
Yes. But sushi would be a good one. I always like a good steak, lobster. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I could narrow that down to one choice to be delivered. They asked me what my last meal is. I'm going to be like, yes.
You're like all of it. Yes.
All of it.
I love that. Okay. So are you guys ready to play a quick little modified version of our favorite game? We like to call this or that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys two options and you're going to share your answer. So for the first one, Julie will have you share first. Okay. And for the second one, we'll have Owen share first. So you get to pick it. You're going to an event. Would you rather go to a virtual or in-person event?
In person. By far. I'm going to tune out a virtual one. I'm not going to pay that much attention.
Yeah, the dichotomy is what's interesting, right? Like there are some, first of all, my answer is in person, especially like to go shake hands and to hug people you haven't seen in a while. That matters, but I don't think it's a solid dichotomy either, right? Like I feel like there are some things that I would prefer to do virtual, right? Like I don't want to meet my team necessarily in person. Maybe once a quarter, really, but like there's so much that we can do virtual. And then in some of these summits and whatnot, like, look, granted, I'm not interested in a 20 speaker summit, right? But there might be like 3 of those speakers I want to see to just kind of hear what they have to say to decide if I want to go see them in person. So I think that there's a balance there, but I love. There's a couple of events. In fact, I said no to other events because we want to be at Social Media Week Lima. Yep. And we're going to choose the events that we take our physical bodies to. Like we take that very seriously. Like, so, we're judicious.
I love that.
All the big words.
I'm trying to lose Chad. That's why I figure if I use more than 2 big words in a paragraph, Chad's going to be lost.
Chad's he's scrambling. He's like, am I pulling up a graphic right now? Or so my next question for you guys is: you're getting a speaking slot. Would you rather go in the morning or the afternoon? Owen, you're up first.
If it's a one-day event, I think that I want to close out lunch. Like I want to send them to lunch.
Okay.
Would probably be a great spot. I do think that the spot that you pick is important, or if you receive a spot that you don't get to pick, that you tailor your presentation for the spot, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you're going the first after lunch, then you need to be prepared for the carb crash.
Bring the energy.
And bringing people up, right?
Yeah.
Like, so there's just things to think about. And I think that's all part of like making it a good experience for the attendees.
I love that. That's a great answer. Julie, what's your pick?
I'm more of a morning person, so I would want that more like morning first half of the day. That's where I'm really going to feel like I'm going to be personally more energized.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm the same. I'm a morning person too. So I'm super excited to kick off day 2 for us for Social Media Week Lima. I'm going to bring the big energy. People are going to be a little bit tired on the morning of day 2 because we have a little bit of a fun party on the night of day 1, but I'm excited. I'm so happy that you guys were able to come on. Thank you so much for spending some time here. I cannot wait to see you both in Lima.
Yay, I'm so excited. All the hugs.
Yeah, it's going to be cute. Can't wait.
We'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
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 So we are so excited. We are going to be bringing on our next amazing guests. We have Marc Bowker and Jennifer Brogee coming on. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Marc and Jennifer. Marc owns Alter Ego Comics, a comic book shop celebrating its 20th anniversary this year at Live at the Lab, an entertainment venue that hosts stand-up comedy and live music. Both are located in a 136-year-old building that he and his wife own on Main Street in downtown Lima, Ohio. In 2021, they renovated the first floor, adding 3 tenants, a bourbon bar, a recording studio, and a marketing agency. Alter Ego has received several awards, including the Lima-Allen County Chamber of Commerce Small Business of the Year Award in 2013 and the Lima News Best of the Region Award in 2022. Marc's a member of the Meta Boost Leaders Network, the Allen County Small Business Owners Advocacy Board, and in 2018, he co-founded Legacy Arts, a nonprofit focused on keeping local artists and entrepreneurs in the Lima area. After a life-changing anxiety attack in 2016, he's been committed to his mental and physical health. And in 2022, he became a heroic personal development coach. He and his wife, Angie, have 3 children. I'm so excited to have Marc on, and we're bringing on Jennifer. Jennifer was a founding member of the team that created My Staffing Pro, a software as a service applicant tracking system. She became the company's first CIO and led at My Staffing Pro through its acquisition by Fortune 500 company Paychex in 2013. During that time, Jennifer and founders launched The Meeting Place on Market in 2003, a coffee shop in downtown Lima, Ohio, as a labor of love. The co-working center and Shop for Good were both founded in 2019. And she's an associate professor of business at the University of Northwestern Ohio, where she primarily teaches entrepreneurship and international business/development economics. Jennifer received her BA from Anderson University in business management and her MBA from Eastern University in economic development. Welcome to the show, Marc and Jennifer.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well,
We're so happy to have you guys here. We've got some fun questions for you, and then we're going to play a little game. Does that sound good to you guys?
Sounds good.
Of
Maybe
course.
challenging.
Awesome. Okay, well, Marc, we're going to start with you. So, Marc, I want to know, what are you going to be speaking about?
So I am going to be speaking about unleashing your potential, the power of showing up as your best self every day. And this comes out of my training as a heroic personal development coach. Also some things that I've put into practice since my anxiety attack back in 2016, and things that it's kind of like we know we should be doing these things to show up as our best selves, but we don't always do them. We're going to learn so much at Social Media Week Lima, and you think about some people may just be on overload because of it. And you know that we're not going to be able to implement these things. We're not going to be able to make the changes in our business or, use all of the plethora of social media networks if we don't have enough energy. So at the core of my presentation is keeping your energy up. And it basically comes down to 3 core things: eating, moving, and sleeping. So we're going to get into to kind of do a deep dive on all 3 of those things with some practical examples, science-based data to get people's energy levels up so that they can show up as the best versions of themselves.
Oh, I love that so much. That sounds like it's going to be really inspiring and just so needed for everyone. I cannot wait for that. So tell me, what is a past Social Media Week Lima memory that stands out in your mind?
This is to me as well?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome to Marc's show.
Yeah, but we're going to ask you a bunch of questions, then we're going to ask Jennifer a bunch, and then we're going to play a game with the both.
So really the one that stands out the most. Now, I've been involved with Social Media Week Lima for a long time. Thank you to Jessica for inviting me along on this ride. From I never went out to the original Now offices and participated, but I was out at the Howard Johnsons and the smaller rooms before she transitioned to the UNOH Event Center. But I have to say that the best memory I have is when I gave my presentation about my anxiety attack back in 2020, I think it was 2021, because we took 2020 off.
Yep.
And just all of the positivity that I received back from the audience, hearing about so many other people struggling with some of the mental health issues that I had gone through, and really making strong connections that exist to this day because of that presentation back in 2021. So was really proud of that. And again, felt so loved and appreciated by everyone that was there that day, including you, Julia.
I loved your talk. It was really amazing. That's why I remembered. I was like, it was 2021. I remember it's very specific.
I remember the talk too, because Marc, let me tell you, you are a great storyteller on stage. You have a great ability to capture the audience, and I can't wait to see you on stage this year again.
Thank you.
My question for you today is, what's your biggest prediction for social media heading into 2023?
This is a tough one. So I think we're seeing that social media is kind of developing a lot of negative side effects, I think. And honestly, the mental health component tied to social media, those are almost inseparable at this point. So I think we're going to see a debate continue in Washington, D.C. over the mental health side effects of social media, but also, what some of these networks or platforms are doing to our kids. Now, that isn't to say that there are clearly lots of positive benefits of social media. As a small business owner, it's essential. It's an essential part of my marketing and being able to communicate and stay in touch with my customers and to attract new customers. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a tightrope walk for small business owners and social media marketers to continue to monitor everything that's going on with all the different platforms. But at the end of the day, the core of staying involved with social media is going to stay the same. And that's engaging your audience, providing quality content, helpful content, and not investing too much in one platform over another, because at the end of the day, any of them could disappear at any moment, either due to a founder making a bad decision, looking at you, Twitter, or the government stepping in, looking at you, TikTok. So there's all kinds of stuff that could go south. So you want to have a foot in lots of different worlds. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. It's going to be what it's been for the last 10 years or so, but even more thrilling.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm really excited what's going to happen with social media in 2023 with all the craziness, starting with like you mentioned, Twitter and TikTok, all that crazy talk. My last question before we move into asking some questions to Jennifer: what are you most excited about this summer?
I have to give two answers. So I will start with the fanboy in me. I'm so excited for the new Indiana Jones movie. I am a lifelong Indiana Jones fan. If I had to pick one property, one brand that I love more than anything else, it's probably going to be Indiana Jones, although Star Trek is way up there too. So super excited for the next Indiana Jones movie. But I guess this is a fall thing. My oldest son is getting married in September. So I'm really excited about that as well. There's so much awesomeness going on this summer in my life, between pop culture moments and family moments. It's going to be awesome.
It's awesome. It's going to be a memorable year for you.
Oh, I love that.
Absolutely.
That's so nice. Such a sweet thing to look forward to. So Jennifer, are you ready? We've got some questions for you.
I'm ready.
Awesome. So tell us, what will you be speaking about at Lima?
I'll be talking about how my small business uses social media. And, we've been around for 20 years as well. This alter ego and I started at the same time. So that's Marc's business. And as Marc will tell you, it's changed so much over the last 20 years. So we're going to just talk a little bit about how we use social media to connect with customers. We have customers all over the country, and so it can be confusing. Like, how do you spread a message that reaches your local folks, but also your national customers as well? So we'll talk a little bit about that.
That's great. I think that's going to be super helpful for a ton of the business owners in the room to be able to hear from your experience and learn from you. So I'm super curious, what is something that you're excited about for the summer?
Well, I'm just excited to see some of my kids again. My youngest went off to college in the fall. And so he's been in Cincinnati, and it's hard to get him home. So I'm happy to see, my kids. They're all cool.
That's awesome. That's going to be nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question, I know you are probably excited to be on stage in front of everyone at Social Media Week Lima. Outside of being on stage, what are you most excited about for this event?
Lo siento, eso no lo sé.
There's Alexa talking behind me.
What'd you say?
Alexa started talking behind me. I don't know if the
Alexa wants to join the conversation.
She's like, I'm sorry, that I don't know.
I love meeting the people there because they're so inspirational, and I always get a great idea for the business or for just something fun that we're going to do. So that's what I'm so excited about, is meeting people. I always have great conversations and come away with, why didn't I think of that before, right? So getting that kind of serendipity, that idea that kind of comes to you at a certain time and place that you're like, what? Why didn't I think of that? So I'm looking forward to that.
I love that. That's such a great point, or the little aha moments that happen, that when you're sitting in a room filled with other passionate marketers and you're hearing from all these amazing speakers, something just clicks. And it might be, oftentimes, is something that you've heard before, but there's something about being in the setting, and it's like, you have that moment where it just really clicks and you're like, oh my God, I get it. And there's something so exciting about having that moment, but then having it amongst a group of people that are so excited for you to have that moment is just next level. So I'm really excited to get to see you guys and get to spend time with you guys in Lima.
Yeah, we're ready for you. It's going to be a happening place in Lima.
And so let me piggyback on what Julia was mentioning about, like, when stuff clicks. The best part is that you are already in the conference. So you just write it down and reach to a speaker right after and just elaborate your plan. Like, maybe not the whole plan alongside, but you can start working with your plan from there. So there's also one takeaway that people can take out from Social Media Week Lima. My last question for you, Jennifer. If you could get rid of one social media app today, what would it be and why?
Oh, goodness gracious. That is a tough one. So I want to get rid of one social media app, right? Is this one that I actually use, or can I pick one that I just have no desire to use at all?
Yeah, I would say pick that one.
You can just does the one you don't use, throw out the window.
I mean, honestly, any of the partisan social media apps that have been set up, just they can go far away.
I hear that.
So yeah, any of those political mouthpieces, yeah.
So
me too, probably.
So we're gonna play a quick game. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
So here's how it works. It's called This or That. I'm going to give you guys kind of two options, and you're going to share what your preference is. So we'll have Jennifer share first for the first one, and Marc will have you share first for the second one. So we're bringing you a hot beverage. It is the first day of Social Media Week Lima. Are you picking coffee or tea?
Definitely coffee, as long as it's good coffee.
Coffee. Yeah.
Coffee. Yeah.
Yep.
Coffee too.
I'm going with matcha if I can, but otherwise I'm going with tea. Chad just chimes in saying that was not an option. Thank you, Chad. So my second question for you guys is more of like a device, what's your preference question. Not that, but Apple or Android?
This is me. Sorry.
Yep.
Apple.
Good choice.
And Jennifer?
Well, my kids made me use Apple, but Honestly, I would prefer to use Android because it's more of an open platform. But anyways, I use Apple.
That's a huge debate. So you
So
got
yeah.
OG saying Android.
My
I bet
heart
that-
is with Android, but I do use an Apple device. So
I bet that answer spoke right to George Witcher's soul of being like, yes, I agree. So it is 4:15. Wow, 15 minutes goes by very, very quickly. I appreciate you guys so much for coming on the show. I can't wait to see you both in Lima. Thank you guys for being here, and we're going to bring on Jeff Howell. So I'll see you guys soon.
thank you.
See you
Bye.
next month.
Bye.
May the fourth be with him.
May the fourth be with everyone. So I am so excited because we have one last amazing guest coming on, Jeff Howell. Jeff Howell has transitioned his marketing experience and predisposition to authenticity into a successful e-commerce career. His career mission these days is to evangelize the necessity of having a well-executed e-commerce solution integrated into existing marketing strategies while equipping his clients with the knowledge to be successful. Being active on TikTok, Jeff shares his life, nerdy thoughts, and encourages others to just be themselves. Welcome to Now and Them, Jeff.
Welcome, Jeff.
Hey.
So,
How are
can
you?
you hear us fine?
Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
I'm
Sweet.
so happy you're here.
I'm
Me
happy I'm
too.
here too. Like I had this I was playing around while the other guys were on trying to get my earbuds to work, and I couldn't get my earbuds to work, so I got this stupid headset. And then like I didn't realize that you guys were going to flip the screen, so I wrote something on the board behind me, and in the green room it was backwards. And so now I just realized that if I had kept it there, it would be right reading. So whatever.
Welcome to the show,
What up?
Jeff. So
Hey.
you probably know the drill already. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. Julie's gonna ask you a couple of questions, and then we're gonna jump into some this and that games.
Sweet.
Let's get started with what your topic is for Social Media Week Live. What would you be speaking about?
Yeah. So my whole idea about my talk in Lima is sort of the thought process I go to when developing content. So yeah, on TikTok I have just a variety of stuff. I try to stay away from politics, but I talk about things like Star Trek, Star Wars, NASCAR, even just generic stuff. And I don't post a lot, but what I do post is is relevant, and I try and maintain some sort of community there. But the whole idea is like, look, there's this idea that you have to be perfect. You have to have polished content, especially when there's so many different filters and ways that you can generate text and stickers and other kinds of things that you can put on your content. That isn't always necessary, because you lose some of your authenticity by adding some of those embellishments to your content. So my talk is basically just encouraging people not to be so concerned about how awesome and amazing it is, just caring more about being authentic with your content and sharing what you want to share, and not always being so concerned about what's going to hit the algorithm or be concerned about what other people want you to post. It's your content, your page. Post what you want to, and don't worry about the rest of it. So I'm going to try and stretch that out to a half an hour.
I can definitely see how that could start a debate, because I know some people that are super just strict with their guidelines, and everything must be equality, and that's good. Keep a branding guideline, but sometimes they stick too much to that brand guideline that they stay away from who they really are. That makes sense.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about brands, because there's going to be content shared in Lima that is going to be valuable for generating really high quality stuff for customers, and that absolutely sometimes needs to be polished in order to generate some great response from the community. But I'm just talking about you sitting in front of your phone or in front of your camera and just talking and BSing and just saying what's on your mind and not giving a damn about any of the other stuff.
So I don't know if you see my intro video in our social media week Lima group, but I actually had a situation yesterday when I
Yeah.
was recording my intro video and I accidentally said that my primary language is speaker instead of Spanish. But after seeing it, I was like, that's me. I do that all the time. That happens
Yeah.
to me more than one time in a week.
Oh yeah.
So I would just leave it. That's me. Why not? And the video,
Right.
I mean, a lot of people is laughing about it, but they get the joke. They understand. So I'm not too worried about it.
Well,
So I
well,
can't wait
even
for your conversation.
no, even the promo video that Olivia got for me in San Diego. I'm sitting there with my Clearcom headset behind my back. So if you look at me, I got my hand behind my back. I'm like, what the hell? And then I'm wearing my all black, and I've been working most of the day at the conference. So like I look like I'm exhausted, which I was. And then I've got my freaking social media marketing world badge on as I'm trying to promote Social Media Week Lima. Like, that's amateur. So stuff like that's going to happen.
But I don't think it was amateur. It was real. It was a real moment. You were there, funny. And I mean, that happens though. You know what I mean? Right. And I think that like that is actually like you're going to talk about in Lima. That's the relatability aspect. Is like, oh yeah, I forgot to take my badge off, or oh yeah, I forgot to do this. Like that is what's relatable. And that's going to be what makes your content just do better. Yeah, Chad says wild things, you guys, while we're all chatting. Chad says little comments to try and throw us off, but
he's speaking sweet nothings in my ear as we're talking. So I'm trying to.
So I'll just quickly move to the second question that I have for you, and that question is, what's your favorite social media platform and why?
Well, right now it's TikTok because it can access my home Wi-Fi, and no, that joke didn't land very well. Sorry. So
I don't get the joke.
I was so confused.
You don't get the joke.
Like, what?
Oh no! Listen, did you watch any of the congressional hearings?
Only a little bit.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so there was this senator, and there was another TikTok content creator that was totally making fun of this thing. So there was this senator that was asking the CEO questions about, well, can TikTok access my home Wi-Fi? Well, and the CEO's like, well, I mean, if you have your device connected to your home Wi-Fi, like, I guess, right? And so then the senator was completely out of touch, has no idea about technology, and he thought that was a security threat because the TikTok app could access your home Wi-Fi. So anyway, and then there's there was a TikTok creator that was completely making fun of all of those senators trying to say things like, if can TikTok access my home Wi-Fi, does that mean that it can turn on my TV? Or, if TikTok can access my home Wi-Fi, does that mean that it can remotely start my car too? Just stupid stuff like that.
That's great. That's awesome. That's hilarious.
So my favorite
I'll need to watch that.
They're so dumb, and it just made me embarrassed for our national government. But
yeah,
the reason why I like TikTok so much though is because it's not pretentious. It's not like Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, and it just makes people much more relatable. Now, granted, you can portray and set up any kind of personality that you want, and you could do that with any social media, but I kind of have this feeling that the way TikTok has been developed and the way that it works, it just lends, it lends to this authentic. It
happens to me all the time.
Yeah, it just sort of lends to this authentic self of being able just to create whatever you want to and not have any, and just be who you are.
Yep, I love it.
Oh, yeah, Joanna.
Joanna said she would pay for a premium subscription on TikTok.
I would too. I absolutely would. I'd get that blue check mark or whatever.
Yeah, I love TikTok so much. So, Jeff, I'm super curious. I've got 2 questions for you. So, my first question is, if you had an extra 5 hours of time today, how would you spend it?
I would spend more time with my kids.
That's sweet. What would you do?
Let's see. I'd go play catch with Judah because he's He's just getting his first season in Little League, and he's got a killer swing. He actually had 2 hits last night, and he made 2 outs at third base, which was cool. And this kid's 8 years old, right? And nobody knows how to play baseball at 8, and they're all terrible. But they, it was just cool to see him, just kind of do his thing. And he's got some raw talent. So I don't want to play catch with him. I want to cuddle with Mackenzie because she's our sparkly unicorn in our house. And no matter how much I get annoyed by her dancing and singing, just because she's 9 and that's what she does. I don't want to miss any of that, so I want to spend time doing that. And then I would watch. I probably would talk to Audrey, who actually she gave the main talk at our church this past Sunday, like for 2 services. And she's a world changer, and she's going to go do some amazing things when she gets to do her career. So I just talked to her about stuff because we usually have deep conversations. And then with my oldest, who is graduating this year, he's going to go play college football at Lake Forest. I would first probably watch basketball with him. So
that's awesome. I love that so much. That's really sweet. So what is the reason you come back to Social Media Week Lima each year?
Because it's summer camp. That's the answer. Full stop. That's it.
Totally.
I mean, I love being on stage, and I'm glad to have the opportunity to come back and be on stage. But I mostly love seeing Chad without pants. But I also just love what Jessica has created in Lima, and I've talked about this before. Like the fact that this conference attracts people from all over the world in the middle of nowhere, Ohio, is it's impressive. Totally. And shouldn't be it absolutely should be commended, the entire team at Now Marketing to see what they've built, and to have people come from all over and come hang out, and then just the relationships I get to continue building. Like Brian Kramer is going to be on stage, and he's my buddy. I love him so much, and I owe a lot of sort of my my thought process about just life to him. And I haven't seen him since I haven't seen him in 3 years. We talk and stuff and texting, but I haven't actually physically seen him since I went to go visit him in San Jose a while ago. So like those types of guys, those types of speakers, those types of people, I get to see, sometimes a couple times a year, sometimes once, but that is the reason I go. And that's the reason why I try and, come up with something that makes sense to speak about or talk about, whether it be a table talk or on stage, because I want to continue going and being, being a part of that community.
Yeah. Oh, love it. I love it. I'm so excited. It's going to be amazing. So are you ready?
Chad, you will never, ever find out what my travel plans are. Never telling you.
So for those that can't hear Chad said he can't wait to pick him up in the air.
And if you guys, Chad is famous for his airport pickups. I'm just going to say that. Mm-hmm. So Jeff, are you ready to play a little game, this or that?
Absolutely. Let's go.
I'm going to share 2 things. You're going to tell me what your preference of those 2 things is. And this first question feels like a little shout out to your daughter, Mackenzie. So aside from speaking, what would you rather do in front of a crowd, sing or dance?
See, that's not fair. I'm definitely not going to dance. 100%. So I would sing. Now my family will tell me that I have a decent speaking or singing voice. And I guess I could do it karaoke style, but I don't think I've got a good singing voice. I think I have a better, I have no problem standing in front of people and talking.
Me too.
But to get to sing, that's a whole. I have to get liquored up. Time.
Well, I hear that, or just like have a little pep talk with Chad, because Chad really helped me before I karaoke'd last year, or just have someone to karaoke with you, because Joanna was my. She was my karaoke +1, and I don't think
can
I
you even sing without dancing though. I mean,
that's
I guess
a great
Joanna
question.
Maybe, but not me. No.
That's a solid question right there, Joanna.
Yeah, see now Chad's gonna try and get me. If he can't pick me up from the airport, he's going to try and get me to sing karaoke.
Yeah, probably both, honestly. But
damn it.
Yeah, be prepared, really. Maybe go to the airport incognito mode if you can like find a mask or something.
Well, I don't have
like
to.
that.
See, I drive. I'm only
that's why I drive too.
Yeah.
Chad would find some dirt and dig it up.
I want some anchor bar wings. You should bring them to me.
Okay, maybe I can do that. I don't know how well those are going to travel.
They wouldn't travel very well at all. I want
some sloppy, like the saucy wings don't sound like the thing to bring for like 6 hours of driving.
No, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. I'm just telling you that's what I want.
Well, I'm
trying to deflect the question because I don't want to talk about singing and dancing anymore.
Well, okay. Well, and I've got another question for you, and this is more for the adventurous of spirit. This one is inspired because my mom asked me if I want to go zip lining with her, possibly, and I was like, no, I don't. So, would you rather go?
Awesome.
Yeah, I would go
surfing or zip lining?
I would go zip lining.
Really?
I've done it. I've done it before, so it's not a thing.
You need to just close your eyes and ride the experience.
No, we don't close your eyes.
It's actually not even.
You'll voluntarily open your eyes, so you gotta close them at the beginning. Once you're zip lining, you'll open them. It's like instinct, and you want to see what it's impressive.
You don't close them going off too. I go zip lining without any harness or anything, Chad. No, I think it's like a roller coaster. You don't close your eyes at all. You enjoy the entire experience. I mean, I would need to lose a bunch of weight before I went to go zip lining again. But I've tried surfing, and it's like I don't have that kind of body control.
Yeah, surfing seems very hard.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I could do it because I used to snowboard when I was a kid, and I was pretty good at it ish. And I tried surfing, and I couldn't do it.
Well, surfing is like harder because with the snowboard, your feet are strapped in to the board.
Yeah.
Surfing, there's a whole other element of like water and your feet possibly slipping. That seems so hard, but I couldn't even snowboard. I tried doing that as a kid, and my body was like, nope, just like fell over like a log. Didn't work.
No, I liked it. I was good at snowboarding, but of course I was 20 and 18, 19, 20. Couldn't do it now.
Well, I appreciate you sharing your preferences with us. I appreciate you being on the show. I'm so excited to see you. It's going to be so fun. I can't wait to hear your talk. So,
yeah, me too.
You guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Now and Them. If you guys want to make sure that you never miss out on a Now Marketing Group blog post, be sure to just type the word recap in the comments. That will trigger a chatbot sequence and get you subscribed so you never miss out on a blog post. And so you guys know, so you mark your calendars, we're going to be taking June off of the live show so that we can get ready for Social Media Week Lima, because we're so excited. As Jeff mentioned, it's a labor of love from our whole Now team. So Jeff, thank you for seeing us in all the work that we do. It starts from the top, and Jessica pours so much love, energy, excitement, creativity into the event, and it trickles down to us. And we love getting to do that and just make it a really special time for everyone who's coming. So for our speakers, for our attendees watching, we cannot wait to see you. And thank you guys so much for joining. And Jeff, thanks for being here. Andreas, I can't wait to see you also. Chad, I can't wait to see you. It's going to be great. So thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you all hopefully in Lima in June.